Welcome to Build Brunch, the daily morning show where we talk about the latest topics in entertainment. I'm Brittany Jones-Cooper.
I'm Shannon Coffey.
I'm Allie Colbert.
And I'm Lucas Tim. Hi, everyone.
Welcome.
Before we begin, I just want to say that we are thinking about and sending our love to Demi Lovato. We are so happy that she's stable right now, and we're wishing her all the best in her recovery.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I also want to give a shout out to the Lovatics. There's such a good fandom. I know fandoms get a bad rap, but they're so fierce in their support of her, and it made me really emotional. I really love the hashtag they started, I'm confident in Demi, and I feel like I feel that way, and I just know she's gonna beat it, so.
Yes, we love her.
Demi.
Diving right into it, MILA KUNIS revealed some intimate details about herself on Dax Shepard's podcast, Armchair Expert. When discussing her relationship with Macaulay Culkin, MILA shared some regret, saying, "It's fucked up what I did, and it's fucked up how I did it. When I got to be single, I said, I just need to figure myself out. I genuinely need to know why I did what I did and like regroup myself as a human being." MILA also discussed her relationship with current husband ASHTON KUTCHER, who she met on the set of That 70s Show.
Ooh. 20s are rough, guys.
I had no idea she was dating Macaulay Culkin for 8 years.
8 years? That's a long
Her
time.
entire 20s, basically.
And he looks creepy now. Remember the creepy stage? When he like came back and like for a minute there it was like real creepy?
Right.
I think he looks even cuter when he's creepy.
I know you would say
I
that.
think he looks even cuter.
You're definitely, did you see that picture of Johnny Depp and you must have been like, oh, cute man?
I don't like Johnny Depp.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh.
But Shannon's favorite Macaulay Culkin's not Home Alone stage. It is the creepy, like, post-adolescence 20s phase.
Definitely, I think that's his hottest look.
But I mean, what she's saying is so true. Dating somebody your entire 20s, that's kind of a nightmare because you do so much growth in that time. And she didn't really talk about what she did in the relationship, but she did say that like she was the reason it didn't work and that she was kind of like an asshole during the entire thing, which I think is a lot to like own up to.
And also surprising, again, if you were to say which one's the asshole, MILA KUNIS or Macaulay Culkin, I would not have bet MILA KUNIS, but
why?
I don't know. That's totally just judging a book by its cover. I'm sorry, Macaulay Culkin. That's unfair.
Oh, because would you think he would have been mean?
Yeah, I don't know, like child star with such huge fame, was hanging out with Michael Jackson back in the day.
Yeah.
I totally think she would be the one.
Yeah, I don't know.
She's so hot. Like,
because
hot girls are mean, right?
Well, you know,
there's a whole movie about it called Mean Girls.
Yeah, Mean Girls. There's Macaulay
It's coming to Broadway. What do we think about that?
Macaulay Culkin did an article or an interview not too long ago where he talked about his relationship with Brenda Song, who he's dating now. And he said that like she is so loving and so sweet to him, and that he actually had to get used to that because he's never experienced it before. And he was like, yeah, I realized that like getting like love gestures and being treated well actually is like something I value. And I was like, oh my gosh, what was happening to him? Like,
I wonder what was
on the Dax Shepard podcast, which I love this podcast. It's so good. He's really good at it. He's almost like a young Howard Stern. I don't know. He's like edgy and vulnerable.
God, big
He's edgy and vulnerable and really honest with his interviews. He is really good at it. But she really opened up to him because they're friends, and she was sort of saying that she's very fiery, and that's why Ashton Kutcher is such a good match for her. Is that he's so chill about everything, and she's sort of like ah. So I think like with different personalities, that could have been tough for Macaulay. Like maybe he didn't have quite the fight in him, or he wasn't chill enough, and she probably just like kind of dominated a little bit, but Ashton's a better fit for her.
I just think Ashton's so big he could hold her down. You know what I mean? Like I could see Macaulay Culkin being like, "Stop, Mom."
I know.
That's a mommy fetish joke.
It is. I do like Ashton and her together. I think it is kind of interesting. Like, you know, he was dating Demi Moore forever.
I know.
And
married.
remember that thing when first of all, remember it was such a big deal when Demi Moore, they got married. We like wore a bikini on Charlie's Angels because she was 40. Like that was a huge deal. And then
so weird.
It was so weird. Like she's 40. Why is this a big deal that just because she's wearing a bikini? Anyway, but then they were together, and then I liked them together. And apparently when MILA told her mother, she was like, "Are you fucking kidding me?" She said it in Russian or whatever. But I think it's kind of funny because like, you know, they've known each other for for so long, technically, and now they're together, married, and 2 kids.
Yeah,
I
well,
know,
Ashton
yeah.
was her first kiss.
Right.
On the show, that 70s show, her very first kiss was Ashton Kutcher, now they're married. It's sort of like,
first
you
impression
can't get any
rose.
more, yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
It's really romantic though to be like, oh, sometimes the timing just isn't right, and then you wait like 10 years later, and it's like, oh, it works now.
Yeah,
And
we're
then
both
also
adults
you
and we're both
can-
hot now.
Yeah, and you can also watch back on the show. Like if I were at, I mean, I'm trying to imagine like Mila and Ashton like watching back old episodes and being like, look at that. I mean, they probably don't do that, but that's just in my
They might.
fantasy world, you know.
And Mila is also starring in a movie with Kate McKinnon called The Spy Who Dumped Me. It's very funny. I had a chance to see it where I worked at Imagine. Imagine produces it. It's a funny movie. I think it's really great. It's
I
like
got
The
to go to
Spy.
a screener last night, and I laughed. I mean, Kate McKinnon is so
funny.
Funny.
Kate McKinnon's
Funny
amazing.
Kate-
Oh, she's so good.
I was loving her in what's the movie where she's like, is that a guy? The body that washes up on the beach.
Rough night.
Rough
Night.
Night. Yeah.
Yeah, the body goes into the ocean and then like a dead body washes up on shore and it's obviously that body and she's like, is that a guy? And everyone's like, yeah, that's the body.
Yeah,
She can
nails
do
it.
no
She
wrong.
always nails it.
So funny. Game of Thrones actress Emilia Clarke met Prince William and could not keep calm. She was so starstruck that she couldn't manage to utter the words, Your Royal Highness, so she just stuttered as she was being introduced to the prince.
Yeah.
Breaking news!
Well, I wanted him to bow. Why did he not bow to Queen Daenerys? First of her name.
Daenerys.
You always
I
say it wrong.
Sorry.
Say it right.
Daenerys.
Daenerys.
Mother of
Daenerys.
Dragons.
You can just call her Danny.
I call her Dany. You read the
Yeah.
books called
Breaker
Dany.
of chains.
I've read the books, guys.
Whoa, are you guys intimidated?
Do you feel lesser than? I mean, it's funny. She is
No,
British.
stupid white man.
Okay, not only white people read that book, but okay. She is British, so I kind of get it.
got
Like
the joke.
if you're meeting the royal family of your home country, like it is a huge deal. I mean,
Yeah, I mean, he's the future
future
king.
king, yeah.
Yeah, it's a huge deal. I can't say that I would geek out that hard, though.
I think I would be so chill.
Yeah, I
Really?
think
But
it'd be really
there's
chill.
all these things you have to know
Yeah.
not to do. Like you can't turn your back to them, and you have to say before you say like Prince William, you have to say Your Royal Highness.
yeah.
I feel like there's all these like little things that I would get nervous about. I mean, I get nervous like ordering a sandwich at the bodega. I'm like, this is use the toaster. Like I would feel like I'd definitely get nervous.
You know what? That is so true about the bodega because
Right?
let me tell you something about
There's
the bodega.
a bodega cat there, and I want to impress the bodega cat.
Everyone wants to impress the bodega cat.
Yeah.
And also the bodega, the thing is when you say your order at the bodega, everyone is listening to you. The
They are.
pressure is on. And that is so hard to live up to.
It really is.
And then they always want you to call it back. You're like, English muffin eggs. They're like, English muffin eggs. And you're like, yeah, English
Yeah.
muffin eggs. And then everyone's looking. It's like, fuck, should I not have gotten that? That's really intense.
So imagine like ordering a bodega sandwich with a royal there.
I
Like,
can't even imagine that.
It'd be so hard. And a bodega cat
yeah.
is just like meow, wearing a little crown, and you're like, what's happening?
I feel like you guys have not had enough obstacles in your life. Because it's very easy for me to order a sandwich at the bodega.
And I'm pretty sure Prince William doesn't know what a bodega is. So
That's
that
very
Yeah.
true.
But
What,
yeah.
what celebrity would get you geeked, though? Or what famous person? Like, I think I've told my Oprah story here
Yeah.
before. Like, when I got to see her face to face, I couldn't form words and just gave her like a thumbs up. Who is that for you guys?
Well, the last time I was like really starstruck, and I was leaving a Soul Cycle class, and right in front of me was Senator Kamala Harris.
Yes.
And I knew who she was. Of course, we were in LA, and everyone's too selfish to care that possibly the future president was right in front of us. And sorry, LA. And I was like, Lucas, you have to do this. You have to do this. You have to say hi to her. And I tapped her on the shoulder, and I was like, and I said, Senator Harris, I just want to say, like, you're such inspiration, whatever. And she could not, first of all, drenched in sweat, but she could not have been nicer and more respectful and amazing. It was one of the best experiences of my life, honestly. It was really great.
Was she in your class?
Yes, she was in my class, but I didn't know. And then I walk out, and there she is, and I'm like, and then I kept doing this thing like, I'm gonna let you go, but I need to talk about how like I voted for Hillary Clinton, and I'm really upset. And she was like, we're all in this together, and this is what. And it was an amazing experience. So
wow.
Don't be too afraid to talk to your heroes.
And you took a photo with her that I saw.
Yes,
on your
and
Insta.
then my
Yeah.
girlfriend was like, excuse me, Senator, could you please take this photo with him? And her husband was like to my girlfriend, like, do you want to get it? She's like, no, I look disgusting. And then Kamala was like, oh, what the hell? Sure, and took a
That's so
picture with
sweet.
me. It's so great.
Wow, that's
Yeah.
so great.
Yeah. You guys?
That's so cute.
Who would I be starstruck for?
Oh, you said yours was Jennifer Aniston, no?
Yeah, that's happened though, and I told
Yeah.
that story on the show, so I don't want to repeat it.
I met Fifth Harmony when they like first started, and I went to see them at the Today Show, and I didn't think I was gonna get starstruck because at the time they were like 14 and 15 years old. So I was like, I got this. I'm a grown-ass adult. Literally, as soon as I got up to them to take a picture, I was like, Mila, I love you. And she was like, oh, you're so cute. Because I was just like having a panic attack. And then she had to hug me while I cried. And I was like, great, this 15-year-old girl is like consoling me.
Oh my
Like,
God.
I'm 30.
That's so funny.
I'm like 55. I was like, I love you.
Oh my God. I actually think Angelina Jolie.
Yeah.
Oh.
I think if I saw her, I just wouldn't know what to do.
But would you have any like Jan Aniston things?
I don't know what I would say.
Yeah.
I would just look at her. I mean, she's someone who's so beautiful, and
Yeah.
we see her everywhere.
Movie star, yeah.
I
And
mean,
she's, like, such an
a
activist, too.
movie star.
Yeah.
A movie star. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. No, you would talk like that to her because she's a movie star. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of girl power, the WWE has announced an all-women's pay-per-view event called Evolution. The event will take place on October 28th at Nassau Coliseum in New York, where many other major WWE events have previously been held.
Woo!
I forgot that Ronda Rousey is in like this WWE world now.
Ronda
Which is crazy.
Rousey is cool AF.
Yes. I mean, she's a bad bitch.
She's really a badass. I met her once.
Can I come
that's
clean?
cool.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, yeah, I met her once, and I was at a job that I used to work at that I can't say the name. And I had to ask her to do something, which I can't say what I had to ask her. But she was like, I'm not gonna fucking do that. And I was like, okay, Rhonda.
That's a great story. You should tell it one at dinner parties. That's a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a bad joke.
Well, I'm gonna come clean that I love wrestling. Like when I was 10, I was a huge meathead. I had older brothers, and they were really into the WWF, is what it was called at that time. And I got really into it that my mom took me at 10 years old to a WWF fight night, and I was like doing all the chants, and she was like, she tells the story, she goes, she was looking at her little girl just being like, who is this little monster? And I was just like so into it. So I love that they're having an event focused on women and that they're really kind of pushing this forward, because there are little girls out there who like really need to see this and enjoy it.
Yeah, no doubt. And Stephanie McMahon said that they're gonna go all out and they're gonna do it the way they do all their pay-per-view events. They're not gonna like, you know, skimp on it, because sometimes when people do like all lady events, they kind of just like pull back and they're like, we're not really gonna promote it.
Right.
We're not really like, have you ever done like a ladies night comedy thing?
Yeah, it's the
and, like,
worst.
It's so bad.
7 hours of tampon jokes.
And they like don't even, I've been to things where like they don't even give you like proper mics and you're like, wait, we're still comedians.
Right.
Yeah, they're like, can you just speak into this lip gloss? Shut
Yeah, and you're like, no, I don't want to speak into this.
Yeah.
And they're like, this next funny little girl, and you're like, again, I'm 55.
Yeah, you're gonna love this Chickadee coming to the stage. One of
Yeah.
our favorite gals. Shut the fuck up.
Your industry sounds real tough, guys.
I love it old-timey, too. Like,
And then you get off stage and they're like, give me a hand job.
Yeah. I had one show introduce me, and they were like, this next girl is so cute, and we love her boyfriend. And I was like, I have TV credits. I work so hard.
That's horrible.
Yeah.
That's
really
horrible.
bad.
That's horrible.
It's so weird.
One of the clubs in the city, they always bring me on and they're like, this next girl coming to the stage, my God, she's so cute, she looks like a doll. I'm like, what the fuck is
Yeah.
this
Said
intro?
that about
I've been on the Tonight Show. You could say that instead of the fucking China doll
Anything.
credit.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's horrible.
It makes you feel like you literally are a puppet and someone just being like, and watch this, Allie says a joke.
Yeah.
And you're like, no, I'm not a little ventriloquist.
Yeah.
I was gonna make a joke about how like this is what the suffragettes died for, but honestly, guys, hearing you guys talk about this is fucking big deal. Like, I'm all
No,
for
it
this.
is,
Like,
yeah.
wow, yeah, great.
Yeah,
we
I
need more of
mean,
this stuff.
The costumes are a little problematic, right? I mean, it's like very sexualized, but again, these women are very strong physically, and they're doing a lot of the same things that the men are doing. So the men also are wearing tight spandex, you know what I mean? And
Yeah.
they're shirtless. And so
Yeah.
You
that's
can
sort
see
of
their
like,
butts. You
yeah,
can see
I mean,
their
that's sort of
dicks.
just like the nature of the sport. And I think all those women are so strong and beautiful. That's like good for them.
I haven't like watched something on pay-per-view
Yeah, I forgot that was a thing.
in like ever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't even know how that works.
I think
go
you
to
have
the
to
channel.
call a 1-800 number and be like, hey, can you explain what pay-per-view is? And then a man on the other side is like, plug in your TV. And then you get a pager, and it's like 911, you know?
Right, yeah, that's literally what it sounds like in my mind. I don't know.
Pay-per-view, I think, comes through a fax machine or something.
Yeah, I feel like you just have to, like, shove dollar bills into your VCR.
Yeah, but we should all figure it out so we can support this event.
Yes.
Yeah, we should all figure out how to pay-per-view.
Yeah, pay-per-view. We're all familiar with a timeless question, you know guac is extra, right? Well, looks like Cardi B won't have to worry about that anymore. The Bodak Yellow singer recently received a special gift from Chipotle in the form of a briefcase filled with free vouchers for chips and guac.
I mean...
So I have a whole lifetime supplies of chips and guacamole from Chipotle. I just want my money, chip, guac, and queso. Y'all can kiss my ass. Dame un beso.
This was a response to Cardi B's rap in the Jennifer Lopez song Dinero, in which Cardi freestyles about wanting chips, guac, and queso. I am so happy for her. I will kiss her ass now that she has all that free chips and guac. Oh my God, delicious.
I'm just jealous.
Yeah.
I'm just insanely
I'm so
jealous.
tired of celebrities getting free stuff.
The rich get richer.
But you
More
know,
guac.
you know what's cool about this suitcase that they gave her is, okay, so do you know like Chipotle has a card that they give certain celebrities that they can get like a free burrito like every single day, but only they can use it. But these vouchers she can like give away to the people. So if we get on Cardi B's good side, she will share the free chips and guac.
Tell me more about the card.
I've only met one person who got it, and it was this. I did a stand-up show at a college with this guy, and he was like a monster, and he literally was trying to hook up.
Or horrible?
Like no, he did not kill. He was like a flop, but he was like hitting on underage girls, being like, "Yeah, I got this Chipotle card. You want a free burrito?" And I was like, "Please leave them alone." I was like dragging women away from him. But apparently they give certain celebrities this card, and you get free burritos for the rest of your life.
It's not
Wow.
fair.
Yeah.
In the statement from Chipotle, they were like, well, we like to support our fans. She rapped about this. So we like to support our fans, famous and not famous. So Chipotle, your not famous fan right here would love the same vouchers for her and her friends.
Yeah.
So we could eat
We
chips
really
and guac
would like
on our
that,
show every day.
Chipotle. I think we could tweet this clip at Chipotle
I'm
because
tweeting
Chipotle
it.
is pretty active on Twitter.
Yeah,
tweeting
tweet
it.
this to Chipotle.
We're a brunch show. I feel like we should have chips and guac every day for free.
Yeah, let's hook that up.
So down to sell out to Chipotle.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
What is your favorite fast food sort of restaurant?
Wendy's.
It is Wendy's?
Yeah. Junior bacon cheeseburger with the fries and frosty. Didn't even have to think about it.
A lot
Just
of, wow.
out of me.
A lot of people choose Wendy's.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
And let's go around.
I like chopped and sweet green.
No.
God, get out of here.
Just don't do that, dude.
But I actually do. I have not eaten at a fast food restaurant in a long time, but I would say I used to love when McDonald's came out that chicken select, because I didn't like chicken nuggets anymore, and I thought it was a kid thing.
You're so bougie.
The chicken select.
It's like, it comes off just like not right, you know?
I genuinely love chopped.
Sweet green? Sweet green?
Yeah. Sweet green's
That's
good.
what you want to tell the people?
Yeah. It's healthy. It's relatively like, yeah, I do. And it's fast food.
It is who you are. I feel like you're always eating right and working out, and you're a little inspiration for me because I just am like stuffing empanadas in my face 24/7.
I'm a human garbage can. Like
I
I
literally
eat.
like was just ordering lunch today, and I was asking my coworkers, being like, "Could you like inspire me to get a salad?" And they were like, "You deserve empanadas," and I was like, "I need help. I need help."
I'm all for
Thank you.
Wait, to be clear, I am a fat ass and I eat nonstop. I mean, I eat pasta every night for dinner. I'm just saying at lunchtime
Just
I like going
don't
to...
change it now.
I'm not, wait, no, I am not
It's
changing
worse,
it.
you're just
allowed
digging
to have
up- you're
people...
digging.
No, I'm not. I'm not digging,
Oh,
because
you-
you can ask
yeah.
anyone. I'm allowed to get lunch and get a salad, but at dinner I pig out, okay?
All right, fine.
Yeah, we've all seen Thick Lucas.
Yeah.
Little
Hashtag fat,
in the
yeah.
post, in the
hashtag,
post.
Fat Pope.
hashtag
Yeah.
fat Lucas.
Little
Look it up.
PH Fat Pope.
Hashtag fat Pope. Tell you, I was a fat
Fat
kid,
Pope.
okay? Maybe some underlying issues
Were
there,
you
okay?
doing sweet green then?
No, I was not doing sweet green then.
Aw, you're beautiful.
Things
Hence
just got
the donut.
uncomfortable.
Well, looks like there's only one place to be on Halloween weekend. The famous house used in the first Scream horror flick is coming back to life, courtesy of a Kickstarter fund aimed to recreate the party where the film's bloody ending goes down. The now sold-out Scream Comes Home will be for die-hard fans who want to celebrate the film and have Ghostface scare the crap out of them, all for a $200 ticket.
Nope. Nope.
Oh my God, this is exactly what I would spend my money on if I wasn't on the broke-ass budget. This is like a dream come true. You get to go to the actual house and like, I love anything where I can dress up like a different decade, and I feel like the outfits in that movie are so cool and like just really bad. I think it'd be really fun.
I think it would be so fun, so terrifying. The only thing I don't like about it is I don't want to be with strangers. I'd rather just be like my group.
Yeah, but I like that there are gonna be strangers there, because then you're like, I don't know these people. They could actually be killers.
That makes you want to go.
Yes.
They have the complete opposite reaction. Like, this sounds like a nightmare to me.
I know,
I
I feel
would
like...
never, ever, ever, ever do it.
Because you're a
ever.
scaredy cat, though.
Yeah,
Well,
I'm scared. This movie scared the shit out of me. With like in the first 5 minutes, like I was like scarred. I was thinking about this movie for like weeks. I'm not even exaggerating. So going to the house, it would be so triggering. And then like not knowing, like maybe some weirdo was there and like wanted to kill me. Like that's how I'm gonna go out. Like no.
And do you think people will be sleeping, or they're gonna just stay up all night like waiting for stuff? Like people aren't gonna sleep. Right?
No, if you spend like $17.50 and you sleep, what's wrong with you?
Right.
Yeah, I would be the person who goes there and after a couple hours, I'm like, I'm going to sleep, guys. Like, please
Can you
keep
quiet?
it down.
I love to keep it
Can you
down.
please keep it down?
Yeah, well, that's what it costs us to do the sleepover, $17.50. So if you're
And that's sold out.
And that's sold out. So you can't sleep over, guys, unfortunately, if you wanted to spend $1,700 to do that. Brittany's shaking her head. You know, Brittany, I'm going to talk
I
to
don't understand
Brittany,
it.
we're going to
Lucas
send you
shows
there.
up for the day
Bill-
pass with his sweet green. He's like, I'm here, bitches.
I'm here. Who's ready to get scared? Totally down. But I really want to send Brittany. Can we get budget the show to send Brittany to the house and just film her reactions?
Please.
I will Ronda Rousey you if you try to send me to this house.
Learning that you've been...
I believe you would beat Lucas.
I would, yeah.
And learning that you went to as a child to these things? Oh, I'm done. I'm screwed.
I would pick you up and pile drive you.
If I don't have my
try to make me
lightsaber,
go.
I'm screwed. I mean...
Yeah, I can't do it. I don't get it, but I'm glad that you guys are excited about it.
Do you ever go to like a haunted house or anything? No?
I don't get the entertainment in being terrified.
It's like my heart starts beating and I'm just excited to like, I'm like, I gotta try to stay alive. And usually I'm just sitting on my couch like eating Cheetos. So like it's the one moment where I'm like, I don't work out either. You work out, so you get that heart pumping. But like for me, like being about to die is like the closest thing to working out for me.
Yeah.
Like I'm like, oh my God, this is happening. My heartbeat's up.
You don't exercise, you just walk down dangerous streets at night.
Exactly.
And
that's
you're like,
really
this is
what I do.
cardio.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The last time I went to a haunted house, like my friends were upset with me because literally I was screaming so loud that all of the different characters kept on following me and leaving their post. And they were like, we walked through and nobody was there to scare us because they were all like ganging up on you because you were being such a drama queen. And I was like, but it was scary.
Oh my God, there's this one haunted house that's so fun. It's at Lake Compounds in Connecticut every year. And it's like this 45-minute to an hour walkthrough with live actors. It is just so fun, and it's fun in a way that like I know I'm not gonna die.
Is that the one that like they make it seem that you actually are gonna die? Because there's one that you can pay a lot of money for, and like they trap you in a coffin.
No.
They have like real sharp knives.
No.
Yeah.
I could not do that. I am claustrophobic. I don't want to be trapped in a coffin. But they have chainsaws, and they pull the chainsaws, and they drag little kids into the woods, and the kids scream, "Mommy!"
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that.
I know. I love it.
In college, I convinced a bunch of kids to play I came up with this thing called the knife game. And we were in a dark, small dorm room, and I was like, let's turn off the lights, and one of us has a knife, and we all run around the room and see what happens. And they all did it, and I was like, this is amazing, the knife game. Play it with your friends, just shout me out.
We would have never been friends, ever.
Wow.
But we're friends now.
Yes.
We're friends now, so I already gotcha.
Gotcha, knife game later.
Just invite me to sleep over, I can't wait.
Not doing it.
There's just so many layers and stories to Shannon. Well, now is our time for our special guest. Ibtihaj Muhammad is the first female Muslim American to medal at the Olympic Games. She's been named one of Time 100's most influential people and has written a new book, Proud, which chronicles her journey to the Olympics. Ibtihaj recently stopped by Makers, Oath's feminist media brand. Let's take a look at the clip.
Well, I'm a black woman. It's like you said, it's every day. These are things that we deal with. And even speaking to what happened to Gabby, I think that as African American athletes, you're just kind of almost held to a different standard. And even though you've won a medal and you're standing on the stage and you're representing your country, I think that there's there's always someone who's gonna, you know, pick a photo with a fine-tooth comb and say, oh, well, this is what makes her unpatriotic. This is what makes her different. Yeah. With Gabby, it was, you know, to me, an honest mistake, forgetting to put your hand over your heart, which I feel like that could have happened to anyone. And for me, it's like, oh, well, she has a hijab on, so we have to question her patriotism. And at South by, it was a very like bizarre moment in my life, not the first time it's happened to me. And I'm very vocal and verbal about the things that happen to me, not because I want to blow the whistle, but at the same time, it's like I want people to know that these are the common interactions that people who look like me have, and it's not just me as a public figure. This is a common occurrence for Muslim women, especially at the airport. Would most of us think, you know, it's easy to travel from one place to another. It's not a hassle. It can be an anxious experience for someone who looks like me, especially now, to have to go to the airport. And to me, that's not okay, and I have to speak up and speak out against it.
Everyone, please give a warm Bill Brunch welcome to Ibtihaj Muhammad. Thank you so much for being here. It really is an honor. And following what you talked about in that clip, and I think to me what makes you so historic is that your Olympic journey happened at a really interesting time in our history during one of those volatile presidential elections of history. You had one candidate who was literally praising you, and the other who was spreading a lot about what the bigotry you discussed in that clip. Yeah. Was it challenging to address those themes in this book?
No, because you know they're my reality. This is my life, and I wanted to pen a memoir that was authentic and that laid everything out on the table, because I think that's how we move forward, is by talking about it, addressing the issues, and hopefully leading a better tomorrow than what we have today.
Absolutely.
Does that ever feel like a weight you don't want to carry, or is it now just a part of your stance and who you are?
You know, I will never waver from using my platform for good in any capacity, whatever that means. And so much of my career has been, you know, focused on winning medal, competing at the highest level of sport, and staying true to that. And now I feel that in being able to share my story, hopefully with more people, with the book, it seems like an opportunity that I can't pass up.
Yeah.
Will you tell us a little more about sort of what the book covers and how your experience is touring with the book now and all of that?
So Proud just dropped yesterday, so it's been a little bit crazy. Thank you. I'm really excited to be here. This is my second time in your studio, so I'm really excited to be here. The story is about, you know, or my life, I guess, is really about this untold experience, not just being a fencer, but being a fencer of color. As the first, you know, athlete of color on the women's saber team, as the first Muslim woman to represent Team USA at the Games and bring home a medal, it's a really unique experience. And we get to see athletes every 4 years at the Olympic Games. You get a very short window into our lives, and you know, 9 out of 10 times, it's these amazing stories of triumph and us on a podium. But there's a lot of untold parts of our journey that I would like to share that aren't as savory, that aren't as palatable in a way that an Olympic medal is. But I think, again, it's important to tell these stories of struggle and of resilience and what that looks like. There were so many times in my life where I was told I wasn't capable, not strong enough, my hijab is too tight, my skin's too dark, and all these things that were meant to, I think, break me mentally, but also limit my ability to see myself in certain spaces. And I've always been that person who I like to push boundaries. I like to show people what I'm capable of, and I feel so proud that I was able to do that on the Olympic stage.
Is that why it was so important to you to make a young reader's edition? I love that you did this. So you have Proud, a kind of adult reader's version, and then she has a young reader's edition, so you could spread it to a younger audience?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I wish I had a Muslim female athlete to look up to as a kid. I used to watch Hakeem Olajuwon play and fast, and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, and I used to be like, man, how are they doing that? And playing in the NBA, that's difficult, right? During the month of Ramadan to like abstain from like food and water and still be able to compete. I thought they were superheroes. And even for me growing up to see Serena and Venus play, I mean, as a young kid of color, they transformed the way that I saw myself. I saw myself, you know, I think even unconsciously occupy this space within my own sport because they were just unapologetic. They took the tennis world by storm. They were so strong, and I could see myself in them even way back when. Yeah. So in order to impart that story to kids today through my own lens, through my own story, I love that there's a Young Readers edition.
That's great.
Yeah.
Like Serena and Venus, your family seemed like such an important influence on you and your competitive nature and like picking up sports. I mean, from reading the book, I just like applaud your mother and for like pushing you guys out there to like try new things. And so what was that like discovering fencing, and was that really because your parents sort of encouraged you to try something new?
Yeah, in our family, we weren't really given much of an option whether or not we played sports. It was more so of, which sport do you want to play? And I remember, throwing around a football with my dad and my brother in the backyard from a really young age. I tried tennis, I ran track. And for me in each of these different sports as a young Muslim kid, my parents had to adjust the uniform by adding like long sleeves or adding, spandex. And with fencing, totally different for me. It was a game changer in that the athletes wear long jackets, they wear long pants, and it uniquely accommodates my religious beliefs. So at 12 years old, my mom and I happened to stumble upon fencing in a car driving past a local high school, and she's like, don't know what it is, but I want you to do it. And that's how I started fencing. Yeah.
I love your mom's like, go pick up that sword really quick to see how it feels. Yeah.
I know. Let's see how far I can take you.
Exactly.
Yeah. Was it, when you started fencing, was it an immediate love of the sport? I'm curious.
Yeah, I don't know if I've ever loved the sport of fencing. I am the most competitive person at this table. Imagine growing up, family of 5, it's like, I have to get this last slice of pizza. I've always been competitive. Right. Yeah. And I think for me, I've always been motivated and driven in that, one, I wanted to go to a good school. I saw fencing as a means to an end as a kid. I wanted to go to one of the top schools in the nation, and fencing was my ticket. But then once I graduated from university, Team USA for me wasn't diverse. It wasn't representative of the America that I knew. And I wanted to see if it was possible to break through as an athlete of color on the U.S. women's saber team. But I also wanted to transform the face of not just my sport, but sport in general, in that this was an opportunity to change the narrative for Muslims and Americans everywhere, for Muslims specifically in a way that now we all get the opportunity to see Muslims in a light that is positive and that totally flips the narrative on its head and doesn't continue to show us in, these traditional roles that we see played out on television that are criminals and, terrorists and all these different things. Women who wear black, who are not native to this country, who don't speak English, who are seen as oppressed. And I feel like I'm not any of those things, right? I'm everything that people don't expect. And that's what I love about it. I want young kids out there to see and visualize themselves in spaces where traditionally they weren't welcome.
Well, now they have a Barbie.
A Barbie, right?
That's so it's like, it's not even just saying it. I mean, there's now this physical toy that is so iconic that is now more inclusive because of you.
Oh, man, I mean, self-proclaimed queen of Barbie. From a young age, I played with Barbies my whole life, and for like an uncomfortably long time. I was like 15 when I stopped playing with Barbie.
Sorry, I mean 15 minutes ago.
Yes, me and you in the back. But I have like 3-story dollhouse, had tons of dolls. My mom only bought us black and brown Barbies.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. My mom was like, no, my children will see themselves represented in their, just doll play. But to be honest, I mean, I remember being a kid walking down toy aisles and not being able to find a brown doll. So when my brother got to leave with like his truck or, Power Rangers or whatever it was, I didn't get a toy because I had the 2 brown dolls that were on the shelves. So to have young kids out there, kids of color and non-kids of color, Muslims and non-Muslim kids have the opportunity to not just have a fencing doll, which I think is pretty cool, but to also have a doll that chooses to wear hijab. It's helping to move the needle, to have even toys be more inclusive. I commend Mattel for choosing diversity in this moment because it's this difficult time we're living in. And I feel like it's far easier to stay silent than it is to challenge the space.
Absolutely.
I'm fascinated by fencing because I love sword fighting. I don't know anything about fencing.
Yeah.
I've watched a lot of Star.
You love lightsabers.
Okay, so I've watched a lot of Star Wars.
Oh, okay.
Could I be good at fencing if I know how to use a lightsaber?
So I know nothing about Star Wars.
Okay,
but
we can watch it together.
Okay.
Marathon.
In my mind, I'm like Zorro, right?
Yes.
I can be your bodyguard.
Oh.
We can make this happen.
Oh, I'm down.
But maybe they translate. I feel like I could defend myself pretty well just in like trying to like constantly block a blade from hitting my face within my sport.
Yeah.
Which is useful, yeah.
I believe I can. I cannot.
Yeah.
I think I have the force. I do not have it. But we can work this out for sure. I would feel very protected if you were guarding me.
I could get you prepared for Tokyo 2020.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
Making you proud, Dad. I'm going to do it.
Well, you're offering to train and protect Lucas. But what else can we expect for you in the future?
I have a lot of projects. I'll be executive producing a show in partnership with Players Tribune, Derek Jeter's media outlet, and Self Magazine through Condé Nast. We'll be have a series of shows that profile female athletes. And not just any female athletes. These are women who are profound in their own respective sports and would get, we would all know their names had they been men. So it's a way for women to tell their own stories and hopefully share their journey with each of us in the world.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Wow.
Awesome.
Are you gonna head back to the Olympics? Is that something that you can consider?
I'm also training my friend here, so I feel like I have a full-time
So you are going to
job.
be going back because I will be there.
No matter what, I will be there.
Yes, of
whether
course.
it be as a coach or an athlete,
Yeah.
Tokyo 2020, we're going to be there.
We're going to be there.
Wow.
It's
You guys, you've heard it here first.
You heard it here first. It's going to be groundbreaking. And before we end, I just want to ask, do you see any potential you could possibly go into public office, run for something?
I have gotten that question so much. I feel like, do I look like a politician?
I think you could. You have some. I don't know. I just feel like I could vote for you, and I.
You do
Okay,
have
well,
it.
I would vote.
You have it.
Well, I have 4 votes, so I feel like we're ahead of the game.
And then Tokyo 2020. That's when we announced your candidacy. So it's really, we're working it all out.
Really,
here.
you're just trying to be her campaign manager.
I know.
Yes. It's going to be a very mutual relationship here. It's going to be beneficial.
See,
believe
I
me.
feel like this is ironing its way out
Oh, my
far
God.
quicker than I anticipated.
Yeah. Magic happens on Bill Brunch.
I see that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Everyone, please give a thank you so much to Ibtihaj Muhammad for coming.
Yes.
Please, a round of applause. Yes, it was really an honor. Make sure to check out her new book, Proud. It is definitely a must read. And we'll see you all tomorrow, same time, same table. Thanks, everyone.
Bye.